Minority shareholders of Cycle and Carriage Bintang have blocked the board's proposed selective capital repayment and reduction of RM2.20, which was part of its privatisation exercise. The resolution was not carried at the EGM today, as 13.18% of disinterested shares voted against the resolution, more than the 10% allowed threshold. The number of disinterested shareholders that voted for the resolution was 46.22%, which is less than the minimum requirement of a simple majority for the resolution to be passed. Meanwhile, the 57.94% in terms of value that voted for the resolution is also short of the required 75%, according to filings. CNC's share price closed 2.5% lower at RM1.58, which is 28.2% lower than the SCR price. The MACC is charging fugitive low-tech Joe, Tarek Obaid and Patrick Mahoney for engaging in criminal conspiracy involving ex-PM Datuk Sri Najib Razak and 1MDB. The charge sheet reads that the conspiracy involving the commission of an offence by Najib for using his position as PM, Finance Minister and 1MDB Advisory Chairman to seek gratification for himself involving a monetary sum of RM60.63 million. The charge sheet alleges that Obaid, Mahoney and Low engaged in the criminal conspiracy between February 24th and June 14th, 2011. According to the charge sheet, on September 26, 2009, Najib had directed 1MDB's board to pass a resolution authorizing the fund to participate in a JV with PetroSaudi International by investing $1 billion worth of capital. Subsequently, on May 16, 2011, Najib leaned on 1MDB's board to pass a circular authorizing an additional R1 billion investment in the 1MDB PetroSaudi JV entity. Meanwhile, Obaid and Mahoney face a separate charge for engaging in money laundering on September 30th, 2009 at Swiss-based JP Morgan involving $300 million that were dirty proceeds from 1MDB. Quoting MACC Chief Commissioner Latifah Koya, Bernama reports that the agency has issued an alert to Interpol following the issuance of arrest warrants against Low, Obaid and Mahoney, who were charged in absentia on Monday. Latifah says that it was part of the Commission's ongoing recovery-cum investigation on 1MDB and SRC International. The Malaysian Aviation Commission has cut its passenger traffic growth forecast for 2020 to 4.6 to 5.7% from 5 to 6% as the coronavirus outbreak continues. MAVCOM's earlier forecast made last December had been driven by Visit Malaysia 2020 and a 3.2% year-on-year increase in domestic seat capacity growth. MAVCOM COO Azmir Zain says that the situation would give rise to losses of revenue for both carriers and airports. He adds, however, that the Commission expects the airlines and airports to take certain steps to ease the decreased revenue. Azmir also gave an update on the US Federal Aviation Authority's downgrade of the Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia, saying in the short term it will have a minimal direct impact on passenger growth and Malaysian carriers' profitability given the low passenger volume. However, Azmir notes that Malaysian carriers are at risk of losing $4 billion in revenue in 2020 if aviation authorities in China, Japan and South Korea were to ban Malaysian carriers. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng says the proposed stimulus package to boost the economy will be announced either at end Feb or early March to cushion the impact from the coronavirus outbreak. But now reports that the MOF held a 3-hour meeting on Monday with local industry players to gather inputs, and that a further series of meetings with local businesses would also be held. Earlier, Lim had said the MOF would determine the estimated duration of the coronavirus outbreak to ascertain the amount of the stimulus. PM Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad had on Monday said that the government was looking to launch an economic stimulus package following the fast spread of the coronavirus epidemic. Solvest Holdings' share price rose as much as 8.18% in morning trade before profit-taking caused the counter to end the day flat at RM1.10. Solvest share trade had resumed today after a short suspension this morning in conjunction with the company's response to an unusual market activity query following an unexplained sharp rise in its stock. According to the company, the surge in investors' interest on its shares could be due to a Bursa marketplace session where management disclosed that it had signed a MOA with egg producer Teo Seng Capital. The MOA was for the installation of solar photovoltaic panels across Teo Seng's chicken farms and factories in Johor. Solvest also revealed that its unbilled order book stood at 184.5 million as at September 30th, 2019.